Hey guys, welcome back to Sid Meier's Civilization 6, Germany as Frederick. We are still at war with India. I did a little city management prior to the recording just to get a little more emphasis placed on science. Make sure we're working each of those tiles. My only concern right now is getting Tokyo out of amenities problem and housing problem. I am working on that theater district for right now with them, but we will get housing here momentarily. And we'll go ahead and convert this unit upgrade. We do still want to make sure we're earning money so that we can upgrade more of our units, because in 4 more turns we're going to be able to get artillery, which is going to become hugely important as we work our way towards India. This is really going to be quite the quagmire over here, getting around over here. So that's going to be very interesting. But we'll deal with it. We might actually have to go and do a peace deal with India temporarily until we can get a little more situated. I will post up this unit right here for now. But taking his cities are going to be a little bit more of a challenge considering the terrain. Let's go ahead and move our knight a little out of the way here. Okay, well, I'm going to leave him posted up right there. He should be fine. Out of the way of Mumbai's reach. And we won't be able to use our scientists for exploration, really. As in, because I didn't research, we've not gotten the cartography tech yet. So I'm just going to use him for what he's intended for, and that's to go over here. If he gets caught, he gets caught. But we'll just go ahead and use him for that purpose. At some point, I might make a ranger and look around at the map. We might even get to satellites and just be able to see the whole thing as is. All right, so let's continue on. We will want to keep our spy in our capital because our funds are being stolen. Let's go ahead and get a mill right here. They'll keep firing on the infantry. It's not really going to be that big of a deal to him. He'll be fine. We'll just move him back. He'll get a little experience along the way. But as you can see, fighting the cities is going to be very challenging. In that, let's go ahead and promote this guy. In that the cities are just, this is at 64. I'm going to imagine that his home capital is probably at least 70. And let's upgrade our bombard. Can't wait to convert him to artillery. Those are going to be very nice. And our general here is going to stay there, and we'll move this unit this way. Kind of help us out. Maybe surround the city. Move these units over here. Although, we will want to work our way over here towards the Mumbai area. We'll see what our knight does here. Might swing him around. It's going to be kind of dangerous for him to be over here by himself. Alright, so let's keep an eye on our commercial district. Hopefully so we won't lose more money. He's attacking us with a catapult. But it isn't really his units that really concern me. It's his cities that are going to be the challenge. Because as you can see, even though he's got a swordsman and a catapult, they're still dealing damage to the infantry. So, you can imagine what they would do to a bombard. So, I'm just going to post him up, and if we have to move him backwards, we'll just move him backwards. I'm going to move this unit in too. Leave the bombard right where he is so he doesn't get killed. Trade route, we're going to go to Egypt still. Get the food and the gold. And let's get that mill. And let's heal up our knight. And production. I think what I'm going to do is get some artillery going. Well, actually, medic. And I wonder if we're going to be able to flip Toronto. We did. So that's the end of that war. So that came in handy. That was worth it. And I like the bonus. So now I don't have to be overly concerned with running my great person up that way. Let's go ahead and move our... Believe it or not, we're going to move the... Let's see, we're going to move our battering ram down this way. We're going to keep our bombard here, the knight here, or a pikeman there. Might even get a builder to go up that way too. You know, guys, I'm really half tempted just to declare peace right now and just get the troops built up. Now, see, I can't pillage this tile because he's not completed the space program. So there's really no point in me standing there and doing nothing. We're going to go ahead and get a factory. And let's, you know what? I think I'm going to just go for peace right now because just there's no reason to sit here and spin our wheels and potentially get more war weariness when we don't need it. Speaking of repairs, I'm just going to go ahead and send this unit up here and have him do that. And we can just get some other units to work these other tiles. So let's go ahead and just peace out. Even if it's white peace, it's of no particular significance to me. He might even... Okay, he wants white, straight white peace. We'll give it one more turn at war, because he'll probably ask us in a minute. So let's just... the next time he asks for peace, we will. And he will ask us in a moment, so that won't be a problem. There we go, right now. He's asking. He wants us to pay. No. That's not going to happen. No. 83, 30 turns? It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. So we may have to go with straight white peace.
The best steel doesn't all.
Now we're going to be able to upgrade our bombards. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go with white peace. Just to end this nonsense. Okay, he doesn't want to do it. Okay. I'm not paying him, so that's definitely not going to happen. So we'll just keep knocking on his door. Now we'll see how this guy turns out getting knocked by the city. Alright. Fortify just in case. Leave the bombard to the side there. And let's see. Go ahead and move him here. That'll give us 400 science, I believe. I'll have to check him once he gets to that point. Maybe Toronto will help us out a little bit now that they're our ally. They'll definitely make India think about coming around this other way, though. So that's good. And what happened here? We got plundered by this barbarian. So we'll take care of him. And he's gone. So that's going to be coming from this camp down here. So Valletta let us down. They weren't keeping them at bay. I don't have a fast unit I can send down there. Right, next turn. Yeah. Pretty big hurt on him. And he's a core. So we're working on cartography now. That'll still come in handy at a later point. Here's that barbarian camp. We'll send the crossbowmen down there. We'll try to be careful. Maybe get a little assistance from the little spearman. He should be fine, even if it's swordsman. We'll take a look and see what's there once we get there. Okay, Kyoto. Alright, so 7 more turns on housing. Something quick. Let's try a Hansa. That will definitely come in handy. And I'm going to put it right here. Well, actually, we can get 6. Absolutely. Yeah, 6. Production will be fantastic. Alright, next turn. He's going to be getting close. That was my fault for not moving him. He will have to be moved. Losing that unit would have been not very good. So 2 hits, and he's almost gone from one little city that's 64. Okay, so he just has a pikeman in there, so that'll be fine. And let's see. Let's get the workshop. I definitely want to get as much production going as I can. So we're at 0. We'll go ahead and get an arena. We'll work that way. Let's get our unit out of the way. There we go. Next turn. And we'll leave the battering ram probably over here in Athens. We will get 500 science. So let's pick something. Let's go with chemistry. We could even go with flight. Flight would be real handy. Although we would have to have aluminum. We could make biplanes, but they do so little damage. Let's go ahead and go with chemistry with the AT crew. So let's pop him. Yeah, that was good. That was worth it. Alright. I don't think cartography is really going to be necessary. But I will go ahead and learn it nonetheless. But I did want to use the science for something more productive than cartography, obviously. Alright, next turn. He still wants our money. Look how much he wants. He wants 600 flat gold and 90 per turn for 30 turns. Okay, that's just insane. So we're going to have to step our game up and maybe even just take Springar and show him who's boss. Let's see how much money we have. See if we can actually upgrade our bombards. How much is that going to be? 115. Not terrible. So we can go ahead and upgrade this unit. That'll come in very handy. And we have another unit here. We'll go ahead and convert him too. That'll be handy. Matter of fact, let's just bring these guys this way and send a message to him. It will be 5 turns to send them all back. Major defeat. Alright, so we'll just post up with our unit and... Alright, we should be able to take that guy out. I thought it was going to be one hit. He will start to get nervous once we start going after him on that side, so he will change his mind. Pretty tough unit, but we will take care of that. So we're just going to move in and just deal with him. Now that we have our artillery. Okay, next turn. Battering ram is here in Athens. So we can... Let's move him right here. It's of no particular consequence where I actually put him. Always looks more brutal than it actually ends up being when you see them shoot a unit like that. France, our next target. Probably going to be a little bit easier than India.
If your actions inspire others to dream.
Alright, so I want to move my infantry in before I start moving the artillery in. He will change his mind once we start surrounding his city. He will be a little more convinced. And see, we don't... Is that a hill? Yeah, that's why I can't hit him from here. And that's jungle. So, what is this? Is that a... Okay, that's plain. So let's just move over here. And perhaps we can hit... I'll move my unit there. Once he gets the movement points. And we'll take out this barbarian camp right now. And we'll go ahead and grab it. And that takes care of that. And we'll take that 40 gold. Thank you very much. And our tech. We will go ahead and we will move towards... Well, AT crew are really great. But I think we're going to go to advanced ballistics and convert our field cannons to machine guns. That would be far more useful. Are we ready for a campus? Not quite yet. Where are we going to expand to next on this city? Let's take a look. We're going to go 10 turns to the jungle, and then we'll do it. Alright, so in the meantime, there's no particular tiles I want to work here. We just go ahead and go with a... Let's see, what shall we go with? Let's try artillery. Artillery or stock exchange? Stock exchange for 11. He made it. Let's repair. That was worth it. We could even hit this hill and use the forest for production boost. Caught another spy. Nice. So we'll be able to level that guy up pretty well. So you went after the artillery. If that was a bombard, he'd be dead. We can shoot, though. That will get his attention. What do we got in there? A tank? Looked like a tank. Alright, let's take a look. Is there anything... Yeah, let's go ahead and move him up here. Get that forest. And let's continue to protect our commercial district. And it looks like we have a great person. What do we have? A merchant? Tourism? Trade? We'll go ahead and take it. If for no other reason, so that no other civ can use him. Okay. And artillery. Or maybe a trade route. Let's go with a trade route. And we'll do artillery. Okay, post. We'll go ahead and use our merchant. Let's see, how's our score? Gandhi's leading in science. Let's just kind of take a quick look and see. Oh wow, India's about to win it. And culture, so we could be in trouble here. We could be in trouble here. Might lose a culture victory. Or lose it to culture victory. Whoops, didn't want to do that, but it's been done now. That's fine. So we're going to have to go after India with a little bit more veracity, or we're going to lose very, very soon. Very, very quickly, aren't we? Matter of fact, we could lose in any second. So we'll see. We'll see, guys, if this might be the final stand. And we'll leave our spy there. Next turn. See, that's just too much. We could take a lot of his material, which would be nice, but that's just too much money. It's way too much money. But we're definitely going to have to crank up our efforts here if we want to try to pull this off. Like, maybe get the knight to some of his culture areas and disrupt that. But he looks like he's about to win any moment now. So we'll just have to wait and see what happens. I think I'm going to go ahead and form up these units together. I'm going to bring him here. See, and we'll go with a factory. And we'll repair our science, post him up. And we'll send the pikeman back in here. Or the spearman back in here. Next turn. Taking Springar is probably not going to affect his culture in any way. But if we can put pressure on him, that would be nice. So we're going to have to go full pressure on Springar right now to heal him up. And we'll bring the artillery back around now that it's healed up. And amenity issues, probably from war weariness. I'm not sure a spy is really going to do us a whole lot of good in reference to that potential victory on his part, but we'll go ahead and make one. We'll continue going to Egypt. Do I want to move him to another city? I think I'm going to send him to Athens. And let's go ahead and get to production. There we go. Now that takes care of housing. We still have an amenities issue, but that's will be dealt with shortly. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go with the workshop. Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't already won Culture Victory. I don't think this has any of an effect on the patch, because this is still a pre-Christmas game. As you guys recall, this was a pre-Christmas game. So I'm not even sure that really has an effect on it. It's hard to say. I know we're playing very unconventionally, but hopefully we will get his attention now going after Springguard with a little more aggression. Let's go ahead and get that T for the amenities. And off to Egypt. Right, post him up. Civics. Work our way to exploration. And we can get a new government soonish. And we'll go ahead and get a library. Alright guys, on that note, I'm going to end it right here. It looks like we might be done for as far as a culture victory with India. And we will find out in that next game. Thanks guys for the likes, shares, and comments. I appreciate all your participation on the channel. We'll just have to see how this game ends. It might end in this next round.